Most of us in our life, we try to arrange some kind of order. We like to have some idea of what's coming next. We have our plans, we have our dreams, and we also have a future. We'd like to know that that future is planned. And I imagine to a certain extent that was the case for St. Joseph, that he probably had a sense of where his life was headed, what his hopes and dreams were for Mary, his intended wife. But the message of the angel, that Mary would be the mother of the Messiah, that changed everything for him. And Joseph would find that his life was not simply interrupted by this change. His life forever had taken a completely different course. It became a life that had to be rooted in faith, a faith that would accept that God would be there to assist him, to help him in this very, very important task that he was given. And while what happened to Joseph, being called to be the guardian of the Messiah, is clearly not part of anyone else's experience, most of us find that at some point in life that our plans are drastically changed. And it might be through the loss of a job, it might come through sickness, or financial misfortune, or divorce, or trouble with children, or death that turns our world upside down. And it usually doesn't seem to have anything good or holy about it. And I think this is precisely where this story of Joseph and the life he lived can help us, can guide us. We look at the events which involuntarily changed his life. And we look at the events which involuntarily changed our lives. We can look at them as interruptions that must be reversed or refused. We can grumble about them, but quietly have the attitude that somehow we're being cheated. Or we can look at these events and ask, where is God? Where is God in all of this? What might God be calling me to do with a particular situation so that it becomes an opportunity for God to act through me? And maybe the situation is calling us to re-examine ourselves, to re-examine our values, to reprioritize what is really important in life. Or maybe the event is calling us to give of ourselves to others, perhaps in ways that we never thought were possible. But the question becomes for us, as it was for St. Joseph so long ago, how can I work with God to fulfill his will? Will I use not just my time, my talents, and my treasures to make God's will known, but also use the events of my life to achieve that end? A very simple carpenter from Nazareth did, and we know that it made all the difference in the world.